Hey everybody, Tech Hillbilly here. So in today's lesson, I wanted to show y'all how to migrate and move your WordPress website and database to a new host from your old host. So many moons ago, about a decade ago or so, I needed to move my WordPress website to a new host because I was using Bluehost or something and it was awful. So I changed providers and I didn't know how to do it. And there wasn't a whole lot of documentation out there at the time. So I hired somebody from, I think it was Upwork or somebody like that. It was an Indian company that supposedly could have done it in just a short amount of time. They ended up charging me, I don't know, $500 or $600, and they didn't do it right. And it took them, I don't know, they were sketchy. So just word to the wise, be very, very careful on sites like Upwork when you hire somebody to do something. Just be very careful. I've had several problems with several of their vendors, and some are good. I've had some good experiences, but just be careful of that. So, anyway, let's start the lesson, shall we? So, step one, we're going to get the DNS. Basically, we're going to get the DNS from your new host, and we're going to point your domain name to that new host. That's what we're going to do. So go to the site where your domain name is registered. This could be GoDaddy, Bluehost, or any other company. Log in and look for the domain name associated with the website that you want to move to your new host. So here's a GoDaddy dashboard. Let me go back. I want to show you what this looks like. So if I click Change DNS, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enter my own name servers. You don't want to click on this on GoDaddy. You want to edit your own name servers yourself. So then it's going to ask you for your new name servers, so evening and morning, whatever your new host DNS name servers are. That's what you want to enter into this. So go to your new host and grab your name servers from them, usually from the Plex or the cPanel interface, or it's going to be on your dashboard somewhere. If you're watching this video, you probably know how to do that already. So I'm not going to get into the weeds on that. So basically find the DNS settings, change the DNS servers to the DNS servers of the host where you want to move your website to. Okay? All right. Next. Step 2. Open up a terminal window and do an NS lookup. So here is an example. All right, so there is an NS lookup of GoDaddy.com. Okay. Now, if you look at the name server, this would be your current domain name that you're wanting to move. Well, that you're wanting to point to your new site, your new host. So if this address remains your old address, wait a few minutes, try it again and keep doing that every few minutes until you see the new address populate. Once the new address populates, you can close that window and then you can go to the next step. Okay. Back up and download your WordPress files. So if I can remember where to do this. There we go. All right, so back up and download your WordPress files. So basically, this is a Plesk interface. Most of my stuff is on Linux, but this particular site is on Windows right now, or at least on this host. So what you're going to do is you're going to, on this one, I'm just going to highlight public HTML, and all the WordPress content is here. I'm just going to select everything. On Plesk, you just kind of select this. On Linux, you can select everything. You know, just manually select everything. Let me show you how to do it in Linux. On Linux, you know how to use your Plesk or your cPanel in Linux. You just highlight everything. Then you go to compress. But on Plesk, you highlight, you tick the box here, it selects everything. You go up here to archive, and you're going to add it to an archive, and you're going to name it. You're going to give it a name, probably your domain name. Okay? You're going to give it your domain name. Then it's going to zip it up. And it's going to put it inside this directory. Then you're going to go grab that file. Let's read the instructions. Log into your old hosting dashboard. Use cPanel or Plesk, which we're using Plesk here. Go to the Files menu. We're on the Files menu. Locate where your website's installed. On some websites, if you've got multiple domains in there in your public HTML, you're just going to highlight your whatever domain name is in that, is whatever directory it's going to be in, and then just do, you know, you're probably familiar with this process. You get the idea, okay? Compress the contents of the files and folders into a zip file. Name the file the same as your domain name, and then download that new zip file. So you're going to download the file after that. All right? Next. Database backup and download. Okay. So on Plesk, you're just going to click on the databases, and then you're going to, I don't know what's up to you on Plesk. Let me pause this. So on cPanel, you're going to find the MySQL tool in the database section, and then you're going to just download your database, okay? On cPanel, you're going to go to Export Dump here, and you're going to find your database. You're going to download it to whatever temp directory or whatnot. Then you're going to download. It's going to download the dump after creation. Okay, so basically it's going to export it, export your database, and then it's going to download it. Okay, so make sure you grab that file. All right, next. Upload your database and files to the new host. So you're going to log into your new hosting provider, and you're going to upload those files. So if you're in, let's go to the file manager. It's going to look similar. I wish I had cPanel in front of me, but that's my private one, and I don't want to show you that. So this is what the file manager would basically look like. You're going to upload your stuff. You might even create a directory, or just put it in the temp directory. Upload your database and your zip file that contains all your web content that we did earlier, okay? You're going to upload this stuff to your new service, to your new host. You'll want to upload these files to a temp directory like you see here. You may need to use an FTP program like, what's a good one? FileZilla or WinSCP. I like FileZilla better for FTP purposes. If they're larger than 1 gigabyte, some systems, some providers won't let you upload it through the web interface, so you'll have to use FTP. If it's a small database, you can go ahead and just upload it into the file manager there using the upload feature. All right. Next, use the MySQL database tool to create your database. So in Plesk or in cPanel, you'd go to the MySQL database tool. If it doesn't exist, you're gonna have to install it. Usually 9 out of 10 times, it's going to be installed on a cPanel. Some providers, though, don't, like, I think it's InMotion Hosting, they don't have it available out of the box. You have to use their tool, I think Softalicious, or whatever the heck it's called, to install MySQL. But anyway, so on cPanel, you're going to use MySQL on your new host. Find the database tool, usually called MySQL databases. On Plesk, go to databases, and you're gonna create a new database and a user that will be associated with this new database. So over here on Plesk, we're going to use add database. You're going to create a database name. Now this is the new host. Remember that. So new database. I'm just going to call it mysite.com. mysite.com. And then you're going to create a user for that. So in cPanel, you're going to create your username, or well, you're going to create a user and a database separately. And then you have to associate that user with that database in cPanel. This Plesk is different. So create your user in both. So first, you're going to create your database, whether you're using cPanel or Plesk. And then you're going to create your user if you're using cPanel. And if you're using Plesk, you're just going to do both of them at the same time and click OK. All right. Now with cPanel, you're going to also, after this step, have to associate that new user with this database. All right. Just remember to do that, cPanel. Okay. Plesk, you don't have to do that apparently. All right, next. Use phpMyAdmin to import your database data. And so that's for cPanel. So from cPanel, go to phpMyAdmin. We have that here on Plesk as well. You're going to highlight your database. It's going to be empty. This one has stuff in it, but yours is going to be empty. And you're going to go to import. Then you're going to choose your database file, the one that you downloaded to your local machine. Then you're going to find it. And you're going to upload it. This one has a max of 2 gigs on this Plesk machine for some reason. Anyway. Then you're going to save it. And what it'll do is it'll populate your empty database, which is what this was, with all these tables. All right. Now your database is ready for your website to connect to it. Next, prepare your website files. In the File Manager section, if I can find it, of cPanel, find the zip file that you uploaded to the temp directory, extract the file into the root public HTML directory. So you're going to find your temporary zip file, which would probably, might be in this folder here. And then you're going to extract it. Well, you can copy it over to the public HTML directory and just extract it here. All right. Should just extract right here. Boom. You should see your WordPress directories and your index.php file. If you see all that in your public HTML directory, you're good. You should be good. Now you're going to edit your PHP file, your WordPress wp-config. And you're going to modify these database. The database name. You're going to modify the database user and the database user password. All right here with the new credentials for your database that you created earlier. Okay, so basically change the database name to a new database name that you created using the MySQL tool. All right. Now here's an example of the text right here. I just had that on there. then later I decided to go ahead and show you some screenshots, actual screenshots. But there's that for reference. All right, next. Edit the new database. Go into cPanel Plus tool, My Admin, PHP tool, My Admin on the left side of the screen. Select your database and drill down. Let's do that, shall we? Let me close this. Let's go back to. Okay. Select your database and drill down. Go to the options table and click on it, which we did this. Set the site URL to the home page. If it's not already there, it should already be there. But if it's not, you can either double click it and change it, or you can click edit and it'll bring you to another window. You just change it there. Okay? All right, next. Verify your website. You're going to verify that your website works. So you're just going to open a browser, type in your website address, and wham, bam, there you go. Sorry I fumbled through this a little bit, guys. I'm doing this on the fly. And, you know, there's a few steps. They're not that many. And they're pretty easy. But just remember the database part and you should be okay. WordPress websites use a database. They create a database. And if you have to set that database up on the new host, copy all your files over, and point that website to your new database. That's all you got to really do. Alrighty. Well, I hope this video was helpful. And this is High Tech Hillbilly out. Thank you.